Hello everyone, welcome to today's topic organizational buying and buying behavior. In this chapter, we're going to learn about organizational buying decision process, buying situations, buying grid framework, buying center roles, and the key members of buying centers. Now, let us learn what is organizational buying means. Organizational buying is one of the decision making process. Here, organization establish the need for purchase products and services. They identify and evaluate the suppliers and what type of brand and what type of raw material they need to purchase, right? Because take an example of your PC or laptops, those people do not produce all the components they require, right? So they buy the small other components like a chips from an Intel and other things, and they produce their ultimate product. This is known as a B2B market, that is business to business market. Same way, the organization buy the products or the components or the raw materials which are required from other suppliers to produce an ultimate final product or to resell them. This is known as a organizational buying. Let us see organizational buying decision process. The organizational buying decision process has different phases or steps. The first step is problem recognition. It's nothing but need recognition. Every organization buyer always starts with the problem recognition, with the identification of demand for a particular product in the market. Means he will identify what product has demand in the market. Let us go with the example. Now suppose think that you have your own 10 food courts in our city and you are selling the burger over there. Now the customer are asking to the sandwiches. Now you have identified the problem and also a new opportunity. Now you need to find a good vendor who can buy and sell the sandwiches. So now once you have recognized what is the need in that market, you will go for the next step. That is step 2, product specification. This stage involves clearly understanding the problem in hand and laying down the general characteristics of product or services. For any organization, it is necessary to estimate the exact quantity and the period in which product need to be delivered here. Example, in the previous step, you have identified that your customer are being shifted from burger to sandwiches. Now you need to estimate how much quantity of product or the sandwiches you require and how at what time at what basis or regular basis the customer is demanding your product. Think that you have found that you need a 500 packs of sandwiches at everyday morning 8 p.m. Now it's a time to move for the next step. The third step is product and vendor search. Here it's a time to require to find the best product and the list of all the vendors or the potential suppliers who can supply those products. For example, in the previous slide, we learned that how much bread we require and how much quantity it is required. Now, we need to focus on who are the people who are available who can provide you those quantity, like wholesalers, distributors who are available to provide the product, that is sandwiches or a bread which is for the required for the consumer demand at the right time. Next step is product and vendor evaluation. In the last step, we have made the list of all the available vendors who can provide us at a different times, right? Now it's a time to evaluate all the available products on the vendors and select the most appropriate among them. So we will evaluate in the various parameter how the vendors or how the suppliers can suit us, like based on the product quality what they supply, based on the price, based on the warranty, based on the credit availability, based on the reliability, based on the cost, okay, and based on the reputation of the suppliers. We will finalize the vendor who can suits us. We will evaluate the vendor who can suits for our product or our organization. And the next step is outlet selection and purchase. In the last step, we had evaluated all the suppliers and products which are available to us. And this is the step where we'll finalize the product and also the suppliers, right? Because in the last step, we have known all the suppliers who can supply at our based on our parameter what we require. In this step, we'll finalize the purchase of the suppliers and also the bread we require to the sandwiches. The last step is post purchase evaluation. Finally, we are at our last step of organization buying process. This step mainly involves the evaluation and the performance of the supplier by the organization. Means here we will see whether the supplier is delivering the goods properly on time and what is the customer response and whether he is providing other add-on benefit, right? Because we will evaluate completely based on the delivery and whether we are satisfied or not and whether the customers are satisfied or not to fulfill our organization objectives or not. Now let us go for the next topic, buying situations. There are three common types of buying situations you can see on the screen, that is new buy, modified rebuy and the straight rebuy. The first one is new buy. We can also call it as a new purchase or a new task. It is a situation where the company is buying the item for the first time. Like in the previous example, I have given an example of sandwiches, right? So now we are buying the sandwiches for the first time. That is called as a new buy. Second one is modified rebuy. A modified rebuy is a situation where the organization, when it is not satisfied with the performance of the existing suppliers or in the need arises for any reduction in cost or improvement in quality, he go for the change in suppliers if it is necessary. This is called as a modified rebuy. And the third one is straight rebuy, which is also called as repeat purchase. This situation occurs when the buying organization requires certain products and services continuously and he don't want to change the supplier. He will reorder with the same supplier who is currently supplying is all the items. This situation we call them as a straight rebuy or a repurchase. The next topic is buying center roles. Yes, during the buying decision process, the members of the buying centers will perform a different roles, and these roles will vary from the different stages based on the buying process and the buying situation. The first one is users. They actually use the product and services, and influence on the purchase decision varies from minor to important. And the second one is buyers. These people implement the purchase procedures. They are actually called as purchase executives who do administration and coordination of all purchasing activities. The third one is influentials. Those are the individuals by inside or outside of the firm who influence in the buying process by the supplying information or decision criteria for evaluating the purchasing alternatives. And the next one is deciders, and these are the individuals or the members who decide the suppliers or the brand of a product for the salespeople. And the last one is gatekeepers. These people who control the information to the members of the buying center by spreading or controlling the printed media or regarding the salespeople who want to speak to the members of buying center. Usually the buyers are known as junior purchase executives. Thank you all for watching the video. Hope you have enjoyed the video session. So please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel Edu Skills.